Welcome everyone. Today we're starting 4.2a. We're graphing linear equations again. So the first thing we need to do is decide which of the 2 points lies on the graph of the line. So we have 2 points. A is -4 and 5. B is 4 and 3. So what we do is we take this equation, 2x plus y equals 11, and we put these points into our equation. Well, we know that x always comes first. We have x and we have y. This is x, and this is y. What we got to do is put our points into our equation. So -4 is going to go in for the x, and 5 is going to go in for the y. So we have 2 times -4 plus 5, and we got to see if that equals 11. 2 times -4 equals -8, plus 5, that equals a -3. So A doesn't work. But we got to try B now. So we're going to put 4 in for x and 3 in for y. So we have 2 times 4 plus 3 equals 11. 2 times 4 is 8 plus 3 equals 11. So we know that this one works. B is the point that works. Again, over here we have x and we have y. So 5 is going to go for the x, y is going to go for the 1 is going to go for the y. So 2 times 1 minus 5 equals 9. 2 times 1 is 2, minus 5 gives us a -3, so we know that A doesn't work. So now if we try this one, this is our x and this is our y. 5 goes in for y, 1 goes in for x. So we have 2 times 5 minus 1 equals 9. 2 times 5 is 10, minus 1 equals 9. So B again works. Now it says write the equation in function form. So what function form is, remember, is we have to solve for y. So we have to get y all by itself. So I'm going to put a box around my y so I know that that's what I'm doing last. I'm going to move my 5x over to the other side. Now because it's positive, I know I can subtract it to get rid of it. What I do on one side, I have to do to the other. So we get y equals, now it's going to start to be important to write the x first. So we have -5x plus 12. So our equation is y equals -5x plus 12. Here I'm trying to get this -2y, that's what I'm going to do last. So I'm going to move the 8x over. So I'm going to subtract 8x. We get -2y equals a -8x plus 12. Trying to get y by itself, so these are touching, so they're multiplied. So I'm going to divide by -2. When we divide by everything. So -8 divided by -2 gives us a positive 4x. 12 divided by -2 gives us a -6. Alright, first thing we have to do here, we have to solve for y. So we're going to get y all by itself. We're going to add 2x this time because it's a negative. So our equation becomes y equals 2x minus 5. Now it says to make a table after we solve for y. So I'm going to make my table here. We have x and we have y. In the middle, we have 2x minus 5. Now this one's a little bit different because we have not been given a domain or an x. So what we got to do is just make up some numbers. So I'm going to make up negative 1, 0, 1, and 2. So what I'm going to do is put these numbers in for my x. So I have 2 times negative 1 minus 5 is going to give me y. 2 times negative 1 gives me a negative 2. Minus 5 gives me negative 7. So that's my y. Now 2 times 0 minus 5. 2 times 0 is 0. Minus 5 is negative 5. 2 times 1 minus 5. 2 times 1 is 2. Minus 5 is negative 3. And 2 times 2 minus 5. 2 times 2 is 4. Minus 5 is negative 1. So now we have to graph this. Our point is negative 1, negative 7 for this one. 0, 5, or negative 5 for that one. Remember, we're going for our x and our y. 1, negative 3, and 2, negative 1. So negative 1, negative 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Put a point there. 0, negative 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, negative 1, 2, 3. And 2, negative 1. So then we just got to connect these points. Then we have our line. Next one, we got to solve for y. We're trying to get y by itself. So I'm going to subtract 12x from both sides. We get negative 6y equals a negative 12x plus 6. Divide by negative 6 on everything. That gives me a positive 2x plus a negative 1, or just minus 1. We should write this as negative 1. So now we just got to make our table. We have our x and our y. 2x minus 1 goes in the middle here. So again, I'm going to do negative 1, 0, 1, and 2. 2 times negative 1 minus 1. 2 times negative 1 is a negative 2. Minus 1 is a negative 3. 2 times 0 minus 1 gives us a negative 1. 2 times 1 minus 1 gives us a positive 1. And 2 times 2 minus 1 gives us a positive 3. So our points are negative 1, negative 3, 0, negative 1, 1, 1, and 2, 3. So negative 1, negative 3, 0, negative 1, 1, 1, and 2, 1, 2, 3. Connect our points to get our line. And we're done. Now, if you're watching this video, go up and grab a homework sheet from the front of the room and get started on that.